At the turn of the century, Creed would become the most popular hard rock band in the world. Is it possible that Creed, like U2 though, are being used by Satan to allure young impressionable Christians who are not able to discern between good and evil? Frontman Scott Strapp of Creed admits that they have a huge following among Christians throughout the Bible Belt and the rest of the world. Because Creed, like U2, employ a lot of biblical imagery, many Christians have been deceived into thinking that they are Christians and that their message is biblical. Creed are far more New Age, though, than they are Christian. In Creed's interview with Spin Magazine, it was pointed out that their song Higher, which many Christians thought was about Christ's ascension, was really related to Eastern mysticism. Scott Strapp said that the song Higher was not about Christ's ascension at all, but was in part inspired by a book about Hindu monks called Awake and Dreaming. Scott Strapp of Creed realized his dreams of becoming a rock star as he followed in the footsteps of demoniac Jim Morrison of The Doors. We have already observed that Jim Morrison admitted he had received his music from Satan and that he was demon-possessed. Jim Morrison, however, is not the only Satanist in which Creed finds a kindred spirit. Creed also recognizes the parallels between them and Satanist Marilyn Manson. Creed guitarist Mark Tremonti said that, quote, "There are certain parallels between Marilyn Manson and us, even though Manson has trouble with parents censoring his stuff from their children." Indeed, Creed seem to have more in common with Satanist Marilyn Manson than they do with the Savior Jesus Christ. Tremonti goes on to say, quote, "Like Marilyn Manson, we are against following rules just for the sake of following rules. A lot of times the rules are outdated and don't make sense anymore." We have already seen Marilyn Manson's take on the rules in a chapter called The Rules in his biography, where he quotes Aleister Crowley, "Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law." Tremonti goes on to state that among his goals in life are to not only have fun, but to have faster women. Scott Strapp of Creed said that he envisioned his success as a rock star as that of being rewarded by Playboy bunnies.
We thought that the day we got a record deal, that it was Playboy bunnies dancing around everywhere.
Just, all of a sudden you got a Rolls Royce in the driveway.
Rolling around in money, and that was it. Our lives were changed forever.
Creed themselves have admitted that they are not a Christian band. And Scott Strapp of Creed told Rolling Stone that Creed are, quote, "tobacco-dipping, Budweiser drinkers." Frontman Scott Strapp, who is divorced from his former wife, echoing Marilyn Manson's convictions on some of the traditional moral values, stated, quote, "Marriage ruined the relationship." Strapp declared, "I feel like we did it just because that's what you're supposed to do, but I really don't think you need a contract." Scott Strapp stated the Bible and the idea that they are a Christian band. People get the misconception that we're a Christian band, but basically, I'm haunted by my past. I'm haunted by God. And a lot of the songs are me trying to figure out if I believe in it at all. Me trying to deal with the condemnation and guilt that Christianity can lay on a young person's mind.
The heaven and hell conflicts at 6 years old, and all the guilt and the pressure and the stress that religion, not spirituality, but religion, had brought on me as a child.
Strapp says if you read the Bible literally, God doesn't seem too nice. He seems a little mean. Worship me or die. Do what I say or get killed in Armageddon. I mean, that's not how I choose to believe in God. Scott Strapp and at least one other member of Creed actually signed their record contract in blood.
Him and Brian signed their names in blood. Me and Scott just signed our names.
Scott Strapp, like Satanist Marilyn Manson and Jim Morrison of The Doors, has actually opened himself up to spirit beings to be influenced by Satan as they influence the children. Scott Strapp has said of the mystical connection that he has between Mark Tremonti and himself that, quote, "There have been numerous occasions when I've called him up at, say, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, I've just written a kick-blank melody and some great lyrics, and he's like, that's so weird, man. I was up strumming my guitar, and I just wrote something too. And he comes over, and it'll fit exactly." Strapp goes on to say, quote, "We have this connection inside of us, and I don't know what it is." Well, if the connection is anything like that of his rock idol, Jim Morrison, it is absolutely satanic.